the heat of the night.
So for the hot days of summer in July 2018, I thought that it would only be appropriate to discuss this one specific, truly classic film for my July 2018 Throwback Day. And it, of course, is the Academy Award winner for Best Picture, 1967's In the Heat of the Night, starring the legends that they are, Rod Steiger and Sidney Poitier. Now, this was a great year for Sidney Poitier, especially considering the fact that I just recently reviewed the other big movie that he was in 1967, which was Stanley Kramer's directed Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, another movie that's very similar in terms of plot points, which is all about race relations, but this time, it's not about meeting the parents. This time it's all about solving a murder mystery that happens in the small town of Sparta, Mississippi. Of course, this is the time where it's very soon after the Jim Crow laws have officially been lifted, so there is still a lot of racial tension in the South between the blacks and the whites in those areas. So, one night, very late, a black man is picked up by the local police in Sparta, and they bring him to the station and question him for a possible murder, and it turns out that Virgil Tibbs, played beautifully by Sidney Poitier, happens to be a forensics cop from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And when they see just how good he is at what he does, the chief of the Sparta Police, who is played by Rod Steiger, Bill Gillespie, who also won the Academy Award for this performance, I might add, decides that this guy needs to stick around. But now everything is riding on this guy's reputation because the fact that he is actually asking a colored person to help him with the police work is possibly going to ruin his reputation because of the fact that he is actually showing these people in this small hick town that color doesn't matter when it comes to solving a crime, and regardless of if you are white or black, if you know how to do the job, you can bring a true criminal to justice. So, this is a movie that I've always been interested in seeing, especially knowing that this has one of the more legendary lines in all of film history, and that is Sidney Poitier saying, "They call me Mr. Tibbs." This movie was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Simple to follow story, but so complex in terms of the concepts of race relations in the film, and it moves so quickly and it's just so incredibly done. The acting is stellar, it's very witty dialogue, and even during the slower points in the film, you are very much engaged, especially when you see Gillespie and Tibbs really start to get to know each other while trying to solve this crime, and in the end, who knows, they might actually become friends. This movie also has a stellar score by the legendary Quincy Jones and an amazing opening title song from the legendary Ray Charles. If you have not seen this movie, you couldn't have a better time in history to actually watch this film, because like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, In the Heat of the Night is just as relevant and important today in regards to what is going on in our country of America. So many things that we can learn, so many things that we can understand, and even some things that we can misunderstand. But the story and the characters and the music will drive this movie home for you. It is just so powerful. If they could make a movie like this today, it would probably be just as important. And now, especially since in November we're going to be seeing a movie like The Hate U Give, I would highly recommend to you all, if you have not seen In the Heat of the Night, see that before you see The Hate U Give, because you will definitely see very similar ideas and very similar concepts within both stories. Even though I have not read The Hate U Give, I know so many people who have read it and pretty much told the story to me. But In the Heat of the Night is such a classic, and it is a powerful, incredible film that I am so glad that I saw, but so upset that it took me such a long time to see. I am totally interested in seeing this movie again, and I already have this on my wish list on Amazon because I would love to own this movie. There is so much rewatchability here because it is not an extremely long movie. A movie like this could have been 3 hours long, but it's only over an hour and a half long. It brings it all home in such a short period period of time, and it's executed beautifully. I cannot recommend In the Heat of the Night enough, and I am giving that film 4 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss In the Heat of the Night. Also, there was a television show that was spawned from this movie, and it ran for such a long time. It actually ran from the 80s all the way into the mid-90s, and it of course starred the legendary Carol O'Connor from All in the Family as Gillespie. So if you've seen that show, I haven't seen it. Tell me if you've seen it and if you like it, because I'd really like to know how it is compared to the original film that this was based on. So thank you very much for watching again, everybody. I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.